Hello my dear students, hope you all are doing well. So now today we will study in the lecture 4 number theory, that is division algorithm. What does division algorithm state? That is, for given integers a and b where a is positive, there exist integers q and r called the quotient and remainder such that b is equal to aq plus r, and r should be greater than or equal to 0 but it is less than a. And if a does not divide b, then r satisfies the stronger inequality, that is 0 is less than r is less than a. Now looking at the proof, we have considered an arithmetic progression. What is an arithmetic progression or AP? It is nothing but difference between any two consecutive terms is a constant one. So now that I have taken an infinite set here, b minus 3a, b minus 2a, b minus a, so on, the difference we can see is a. And in this sequence, I have considered the smallest non-negative member and denoted it by r. So r is one of the members among this, so I am having r is equal to b minus aq. If I rearrange this one, I will be getting b is equal to aq plus r. Hence the theorem is proved. Now we have to look at whether this q and r are the unique numbers or not. For the uniqueness, I have considered two other pairs, that is q1 and r1, satisfying the same condition, and to prove that r is equal to r1 and q is equal to q1. So for the sake of simplicity, I have considered r is less than r1, and I am having that r minus r1 is greater than 0 but it is lesser than a because of the condition of division algorithm. We know that b is equal to aq plus r, then there exist integers q1 and r1 such that b is equal to aq1 plus r1. The first equation and the second equation, so we are having, so we subtract these two, so we are having a times of q minus q1 which is equal to r1 minus r, which implies that a divides r1 minus r, because we are applying the definition of divisibility here. And because of one of the properties of divisibility, we are having a is less than or equal to r1 minus r, which I have already stated here. That is, if a divides b and a and b both are positive, we are having a is less than or equal to b, which is not true because we have considered r minus r1 is less than here, a here. We consider r minus r1 is less than a. Hence, we are having r is equal to r1 and q equal to q1. Next, I will switch on to another question which I have taken, one of very important one, that is, if GCD of a and m and b and m is 1, that means these two are relatively prime, then I have to prove that ab comma m is also equal to 1. In a very simpler manner, we will prove this, because we can take GCD of a and m is equal to 1, then there exist integers x0 and y0 such that 1 is equal to ax0 plus my0, which is equal to, rearranging this one, I will get ax0 is equal to 1 minus my0. Similarly, GCD of b and m equal to 1, then there exist integers x1 and y1 such that 1 is equal to bx1 plus my1. Again, I have rearranged this, so I am having bx1 is equal to 1 minus my1. So this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. I multiply these two equations. On the left hand side, you can see AB x0 x1. x0 x1 is nothing but again the product of any two integers, that which I can replace it by x2. And this whole of the thing, I will take m common, so I will have 1 minus my2, where y2 is nothing but y0 plus y1 minus my0 y1. So again, if I rearrange this inequality, that is abx2 is equal to 1 minus my2, if I rearrange, I am having abx2 plus my2 equal to 1, which means that GCD of a comma m equal to 1. Hence, we have proved it. One of the another important example I have considered here is, if n is an odd integer, then we have to prove that n square minus 1 is divisible by 8. N is an odd integer, so odd integer has a form either it is equal to 2k minus 1 or 2k plus 1. So n is equal to 2k plus 1. I square this on both the sides. This is like a plus b the whole square. So a plus b the whole square is nothing but a square plus b square plus 2ab. So then I'll have n square is equal to 4k square plus 4k plus 1. Little bit of rearrangement, that is n square minus 1. This 1 I have taken to right hand side, 1 I have taken to left hand side. So I am having this negative 1. N square minus 1 equal to 4k plus 4k, 4k square plus 4k. So 4k can be taken common, we are having 4k into k plus 1, where k and k plus 1 are consecutive integers, and we know that product of any two consecutive integers is divisible by 2. That means 2 divides k into k plus 1. And if I'll take 4 divides 4 and applying the product to this, we are having 8 divides 4k into k plus 1, which implies 8 divides n square minus 1. Hence, we have proved this. Similarly, I have considered another question, one of very important one, that is to prove that if x and y are odd, then x square plus y square is even, but it is not divisible by 4. So then the proof goes, given that x and y are odd, we take x is equal to 2k1 plus 1 and y is equal to 2k2 plus 1. Squaring and adding equation 1 and 2, we get such a big equation, that is 4k1 square plus 4k1 plus 1 plus 4k2 square plus 4k2 plus 1. When I'll rearrange this and take 2 common, I'm having x square plus y square is equal to 2k, where k belongs to z. Hence proving that 2 divides x square plus y square. That means x square plus y square is equal to multiple of 2, which means it is an even number. Now to prove that 4 does not divide x square plus y square, we have considered the contradiction, that is 4 divides x square plus y square. X square plus y square is equal to 4k. Now from the above we have x square plus y square is equal to 4k1 square plus 4k1 plus 4k2 square plus 4k2 plus 2. So the same thing I'll write here and rearrange. I'm getting 2 is equal to 4m. This implies that 4 divides 2. Is it true? No, it is not true. Therefore, 4 does not divide x square plus y square. Another question I have considered here is, how many integers are there between 100 and 1000 which are divisible by 7? So the proof I have considered in a very simple manner, that is, the first 3-digit number which is divisible by 7 is 105. This is done by inspection method. You just check and see whether this is divisible or not. Yes, it is divisible. Then what I have done, I have considered an arithmetic progression. This arithmetic progression, where the first term a is equal to 105, the common difference between the terms is d, and the nth term is 994. This also I have checked out by inspection method. So then we know the formula of nth term of an AP, that is Tn or An is equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. Substituting the above terms in the formula, we are having 994 minus 105 plus 7 equal to 7n, which is nothing but n is equal to 128. So 128 numbers are divisible by 7. 128 numbers between 100 and 1000 are divisible by 7. Now we have considered another question, that is to prove that there are infinitely many pairs of integers x and y satisfying the condition x plus y equal to sum of two integers is 100 and the GCD is 5. So how many pairs are there? There are infinitely many pairs. So proof is very simple. Looking at the conditions, that is x plus y equal to 100 and xy, GCD of x and y is equal to 5. Now applying the definition of GCD, what does the definition of GCD says? 5 divides x and 5 divides y. Again applying the definition of divisibility, we are having x is equal to 5k1 and y equal to 5k2. And this x and y are substituted in the equation x plus y equal to 100. So we are having 5k1 plus 5k2 equal to 100, implying that 5k or k1 plus k2 is equal to 20. That means sum of two integers we are having as 20. There are so many values here which satisfies this equation. So then there are infinitely many pairs satisfying this one. So if you consider 95 and 5, the GCD is 5. Similarly, you can take so many terms. 85 and 15 if you take. Now, In a similar manner, to prove the question, that is, there exists no pair of integers satisfying the given condition, that is x plus y is equal to 200 and GCD of x and y equal to 3. Same way we have proved that is, if GCD of x and y equal to 3 implies that 3 divides x and 3 divides y. How did you get this? This is by the definition of GCD. Applying the definition of divisibility, we are having x is equal to 3k1 and y is equal to 3k2. Substituting in the expression given, x plus y is equal to 200. So then we are having 3k1 plus 3k2 is equal to 200. Dividing throughout by 3, we are having k1 plus k2 equal to 200 by 3. And 200 by 3 is not an integer. Therefore, there does not exist any pair satisfying the given condition. Another important example which I have taken, and it is very important one, that is, if C divides AB and GCD of B and C equal to 1, then we need to prove that C divides A. Proof is GCD of B and C equal to 1, and if C divides AB, if C divides AB, applying the definition of divisibility, we are having AB is equal to CK, where K belongs to Z. And given GCD of B and C is equal to 1, then there exist integers x0 and y0 such that bx0 plus cy0 equal to 1. Multiplying this equation by A, we get abx0 plus acy0 equal to A. Now, if I substitute AB is equal to CK in this equation and taking C common, we have kx0 plus ay0 which is equal to A. That is, kx0 plus ay0 is nothing but again a integer that can be replaced by k1. So ck1 equal to A implies that C divides A by the definition of divisibility. Hence proved. Thank you.